Hola, bon dia. It's the Good Morning Portugal podcast with me, Carl Munson and Digby Munson. Do you want to say hola, bon dia?
Hola, bon dia.
Very good. Excellent grasp of the language, sir. Okay, another month and another holiday if you're in Portugal. So I was on the Pure Portugal Living the Good Life Facebook group this morning saying, what's the holiday today in Portugal? And does anyone have a comprehensive guide to the monthly holidays here? Okay, so as for the former, it's National All Saints Day, which is going to throw up a bit of vocabulary. Day of the Dead was Glenn Catling, he of the Portela village in the interior. And actually, Angela said, Dia de Finados, Day of the Dead was yesterday, 31st of October. So it's actually All Saints Day today, absolutely right, Randall. National All Saints Day. And to celebrate, Michael has posted up a picture of All Saints from the probably the 90s, and very fine they look too. But although, Michael, I don't think it's that All Saints that we're celebrating on this particular day. And never ever, says Alison indeed. So I think we've got a little bit more information about All Saints Day. Yes, Gualter, I hope I've pronounced that right. Gualter says, Day of All Saints, also this is the day of bread for God. Children say this at your door and you give them some things like candy or sugar bread. There's no trick or treat, it's more of an ancient custom, and a much better one, I would say, Gualter. Also has a very different story than the trick or treat. Google it. Pão por Deus. So there's your vocabulary. Pão, bread. Pão quente is hot bread, isn't it? You sometimes see advertised in bakeries. Deus, God, for. And there is a day that is not an official holiday, but is in fact a holiday or holy day. Carnival Tuesday, the best Portuguese holiday. I'll have to look into that, Angela, thank you. Children knock at the door. Pão por Deus, they ask, is like God asking for our hearts and minds and our wretched souls in the hands of God to make it beautiful again, just as all the saints did. That's what I felt, said Franco, reading what Gualter wrote. Yes, Franco, you're right. It's a more joyful and life-celebrating ritual. Kids love it and give what you made with your hands, not candy. Ah, very good. Not part of the consumption machine, says Gualter. Quite right, too. So homemade things given to children. That sounds really lovely. And Michael says, I didn't know I had a wretched soul. Well, you learn something every day, Michael. And very kind, timeanddate.com/holidays/Portugal, holidays and observances in Portugal. Thank you, Anna, answering my second question there. So, folks, have a lovely All Saints Day. And yes, may God have mercy on your wretched soul. And I don't mean that in a sort of cynical way. I draw from that something altogether more positive than some people who might be offended by that idea. A day of perhaps soul-searching. Our own souls, the souls of our ancestors, connecting up the dots and seeing where we might have a bit of a shadow in this time of the year and seeing what we might be able to do about it. So, that'll be it for now here on the Good Morning Portugal podcast. I'll report on more holidays as and when they arrive, and they do arrive pretty regularly here. And people tend to take a day off around the same sort of time and extend it. So it may well be that it's a holiday today and people will go back to work on Monday. That's not bad, is it? So, hola, boa tarde is now, and I say até logo, até breve, and até amanhã.